Let's get you a sense of what the environment is like, as well as capture the mood, hopefully, with Athi Mtongana, our reporter who is in Cape Town ahead of the State of the Nation address. Athi, is it a hive of activity where you are as preparations get into full swing?
Yes, you're spot on, Dudu. There's a hive of activity already around the Cape Town City Hall, which has now literally been dubbed the parliamentary precinct for, of course, this period until the 16th of February. That is after the State of the Nation address tomorrow, when President Cyril Ramaphosa addresses the country at 7 o'clock sharp, as well as when members of parliament get to dissect and debate the president's speech, and after that the reply. That's all of that period will be for the Cape Town City Hall to basically take up the work of Parliament, as you may know, following that devastating fire that broke out at the National Assembly. So just to set the mood for you and just to set the tone, as I said earlier, there is a hive of activity already, and behind me from those gates we're expecting the presiding officers to step in at any moment now. There are very many security personnel on the ground, police are on the ground, and later on we will be speaking with the SANDF, because they also play a crucial role in as far as the ceremonies that will take place and the activities that will take place around what we know now as the City Hall, which is the parliamentary precinct. So this is where all dignitaries will be coming in. I'd just like my colleague to pan and show you everybody gets to be scanned for COVID-19 protocols. After being scanned, this is where the presiding officers are going to enter, where they're going to take us through a walkabout as to show us what to expect from inside the City Hall. But right across then is, of course, the parade. That's where members of the public who can come any little closer to be able to listen to the president tomorrow will be. But majority of the people that will be on this other side will be media. That's where the media has set up. That's where the presiding officers will be interviewed, so as to give us their expectations of this year's State of the Nation address. Very different State of the Nation address. So this is basically how it looks like. I don't know if my colleague can be able to zoom in and show you that Newzroom Afrika is ready to kickstart the State of the Nation address. We're all set up. Our team is here and will be giving live updates of this year's State of the Nation address outside of the parliamentary precinct, but at a new precinct, the Cape Town City Hall. And it was not so long ago then that the presiding officers came to receive the key of this very historic building. I want my colleague to pan and show you the former President Nelson Mandela's statue. This is, of course, a very important venue, and that's why I guess the presiding officers chose to accept this particular invite by the City of Cape Town. They had given them several options as to where they would be able to host the State of the Nation address, but they eventually ended up choosing to have it here at the Cape Town City Hall, given the fact that this is where former President Nelson Mandela gave his first speech after his release from Robben Island, right here in Cape Town in the Western Cape. So this is how the precinct of Parliament is looking like in the lead up to the State of the Nation address tomorrow. Last year it was quite different, because this is also another year that we're having the State of the Nation address under the umbrella of COVID-19. But this year is different in so many ways. Not only will they still have to adjust to the virtual sitting of the two houses, the National Assembly and the NCOP, but they will also have it different in the sense that it won't be in the National Assembly. It's a different venue. There is the chamber down there, and there is the gallery up there. There's a total of 298 members of Parliament who will be physically present the rest of them will be able to join virtually. And I can tell you that there are some MPs that will be seated in the chamber, and others are up there at the top with the gallery as they listen closely to what President Cyril Ramaphosa will be telling the nation, particularly at the back of so many things happening in this country. Of course, the fire in Parliament will obviously be something that he will talk about, and we're still waiting on the presiding officers to give us an update. They themselves have still not been able to go inside the National Assembly or anywhere around there to be able to inspect it, so they don't know at this stage the extent of damage to the National Assembly. But we guess the President will also be speaking to that tomorrow evening, and also just security around the country, especially at the back of that report that was released by the panel that he had appointed to investigate the July unrest, which subsequently found that police and intelligence failed to be able to intervene security-wise in that July unrest, and also following that fire in Parliament. And so people have got questions. Are we going to be safe around here? I mean, not so long ago, a few days ago, we heard of attempts where we heard that they had tried to burn the St. George's Cathedral. That's where the late Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu was buried. And so they were allegedly trying to set it alight on the other end. But we're hoping that the security around here, particularly today and tomorrow, will be on par, and that everything will run according to schedule.
Indeed. Just a note to our viewers that you'll notice when we speak to Athi, there is a slight delay, so please bear with us and don't mind that. As Athi has shown us, Newzroom Afrika is at the forefront, ready to bring you details of what's going to happen inside the City Hall, but also outside Athi, particularly a number of people looking forward to the pomp and ceremony in the form of a red carpet, which is something that we did not see as you walk us through that precinct there. What to expect? A number of people always looking forward to the outfits.
Yes, Dudu. In fact, I want to continue showing you then what is taking place, and as far as preparations are concerned, if my colleague can show you where the President and the presiding officers of Parliament will be. They've already set up a stage. I'm sure you can see the red carpet by now. This is in preparation for tomorrow. That is where you'd normally see this kind of setup, on the steps of the National Assembly. So they've basically replicated everything that would have been done at the precinct of Parliament, and they've replicated right here outside of the Cape Town City Hall. So this is where President Cyril Ramaphosa, the presiding officers, are going to be standing. The stage has been set, and I see the red carpet is literally now being put on to get ready for tomorrow. Most of the preparations in terms of the rehearsals that have been going on this week are going to be finalized later on today and as well as this evening. The SANDF has already indicated that they will speak to us and talk to us about security measures as well as what their involvement is this year, because there will be pomp and ceremony this year, unlike the previous year where we had stricter restrictions in as far as COVID-19 protocols are concerned. So this year things are a little bit loose in terms of allowing then the pomp and ceremony to take place as opposed to last year. Work is literally being done on the ground, but I must say that people around Cape Town are just waiting with bated breath to see whether Parliament will be able to actually pull this off outside of the parliamentary precinct after many, many years of getting used to only doing it around there. So the question is, will they be able to pull it off security-wise and otherwise and logistically outside of the parliamentary precinct, which is now the Cape Town City Hall?
Athi Mtongana, thank you very much with that update. Newzroom Afrika ready to press play tomorrow when the State of the Nation address by President Cyril Ramaphosa kicks off.